Alright guys, today I'm bringing you a legendary item guide in Borderlands 3, and in this video we'll be looking at the Hyperion shotgun, known as the Fearmonger. The red text on the weapon reads, "I can't control their fear, only my own," and this is actually a shotgun that was added with the new Bloody Harvest event. As you can see, this particular one is anointed, and it takes advantage of the new terror effect that has also been added to Borderlands 3. From what I've been able to find, this gun doesn't actually have a specific loot drop, but there is a particular place you can actually farm to get this gun. Obviously, with the new Bloody Harvest event came new enemies, and these new enemies are ghosts, and you can actually find these haunting enemies throughout the Borderlands. When you kill the haunted enemy, the ghost will spawn, and the ghost's ultimate goal is to explode on you in order to give you the new terror effect. There are three types of ghosts, and that is a normal ghost, a badass ghost, and a loot ghost. For me particularly, I managed to get this gun to drop from a loot ghost. This means this gun is in fact acquirable outside of the heck hole, but I've heard this gun can drop from any enemy in the heck hole. So all you have to do is collect the 25 hectoplasm in order to grant you access to the heck hole, and then just play through the heck hole as you normally would, killing any enemies along the way. Obviously, there are things you can do in order to increase your chance of getting this. Firstly would be to play on Mayhem 3, where you have increased chance of rare loot. The second would be to look out for the loot ghosts. The loot ghosts seem to have a very good chance to drop a purple or greater. And like I said, in this particular case, I managed to get my Fearmonger to drop from a loot ghost. The last thing would also be killing Haunt at the end of the heck hole. Obviously, Haunt is the only boss type enemy that is throughout the entirety of the heck hole. And with him being a boss, he has an increased chance to drop legendaries in general, and with him being one of the new enemies added to Bloody Harvest, he'll obviously also have an increased chance of dropping the Fearmonger. What's special about this gun, from what I could tell, is it will shoot 4 projectiles in the corners of a square almost, and these will pulsate in and out. When they land on a surface or an enemy, there'll be a short delay, and then these projectiles will explode. The element of these projectiles can be anything, from what I can tell. This particular one I had was cryo, but I've heard people getting corrosive, radiation, incendiary, and shock. The initial damage that the projectiles do by landing on an enemy isn't too great, but the explosions from these projectiles can be very severe. Unfortunately, with smaller enemies who have smaller critical hit spots, and the fact that the projectiles pulsate in and out, it's a lot more difficult to hit every single projectile onto a critical spot of these smaller enemies. But the fact that these smaller enemies have a lot less health, it doesn't really matter. All you really have to do is make sure one projectile makes contact with the critical point, and when this explodes, it'll pretty much kill the enemy. Even on Mayhem 3 mode as well, this gun does incredible damage. What's also great is the fact that this gun actually shoots 4 projectiles for the price of 2. When you shoot this weapon, it'll only consume 2 ammo, which is amazing because you're effectively getting twice as much damage for what you're dishing out. Obviously, with it being a Hyperion, the more you fire, the more accurate it will become. And this is most noticeable when you hit fire with the weapon. However, you'll notice that the crosshairs actually only go to a certain point. They won't continue all the way down to pretty much negating any spread on the weapon when you hip fire. So there'll always be that slight spread, which will obviously be because the projectiles that fire pulsate in and out. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you found this useful. Make sure to subscribe for future legendary item guides on my channel. And yeah, see you in the next video.